I chose this trip because I wanted to work with kids.
I look forward to getting to know their education system and their lives more on a personal note.
The history, more details, even though they're sad about the civil war there and the political struggle for a lot of the indigenous people.
Seeing how the American influences, other European influences, how it's kind of affect the Mayan culture and how the Mayan culture tries to stay alive today.
I think I'm worried about the language barrier.
I'm hoping that we'll have that kind of experience again where it feels educational and people get something out of it.
I think going in, I had a preconceived notion of what service should be.
I found myself questioning things and questioning the things we were being told and the purpose of the activities on our trip.
Throughout the trip, I did feel at times that I was in the way.
When we first got to Guatemala and we had those days without being in the classroom, I didn't feel very connected to this issue about discrimination.
El estilo de cintura, perdón, el estilo de hombro, se llamó parte de las paredes para ganar los puntos.
Today was very interesting at the Mayan ruins. I feel like I learned a lot about the Mayan culture.
Así es. El número 20 para la cultura maya fue muy importante.
I think my favorite bit of info I learned about the Iche tribe was that the Mayans really considered themselves people number 20 based on the number of fingers and toes that they had. And they used this number 20 to kind of a lot of with their spirituality and their culture. Like, for example, the feathered serpent revolves every 20-day cycles, and how the number 20 multiplied the number of joints people have, 13 joints equals 260, which is the number of days in a Mayan year and also the length of a pregnancy.
I mean, I'm not sure how the interview would go if she's just gonna sit and be like, well, let me tell you, or if it's just gonna kind of be this Q&A.
I'm very excited and humbled to meet Dr. Rigoberta Menchu tomorrow.
Está trabajando derechos humanos. Hemos sentado algunos precedentes para la lucha contra el genocidio, contra el femicidio, la lucha contra los abusos más.
She actually had a deep passion for education, which made me think about my own passions and what I want to do in the rest of my life.
Like, I think her passion, hospitality really came through her the way she spoke and like her body actions, and also it was just surprising hearing that instead of like her hope for us was to learn more about the Mayan people or make a difference when we leave. It was her hope was that we find our passion and
That we're happy.
and that we're happy, and then we can't really help people until we're happy.
Okay, we met a woman who was selling her garment, and she invited us to come and see how she makes it at her house.
Es tejido San Lucas. Mira, es el tejido San Lucas Toliman. Es un trabajo muy especialmente y cuando las personas grandes con su pantalón se llama loji porque es el trabajo San Lucas. Nosotros no estudiamos mucho, yo estudié solo un año de primaria y como antes aquí a San Lucas Toliman muy pobre la gente, no tenía trabajo, no tenía nada. Y usted me dice que yo tengo una amiga de San Lucas Toliman, yo le supe, tal vez viene otro grupo, tal vez viene a visitar con nosotros. Y ahorita estoy feliz porque yo estoy hablando con ustedes.
Today was our first day working with the kids. Well, some of us got to work with the kids. But it's really cool. All the kids are really nice, and they're really, really happy about us being here. So it's nice to have like that positive energy and like just that welcoming spirit.
Yeah, we had some good conversations with the teachers. We
Oh, yeah.
learned a lot about the school through Osvaldo.
El idioma en nuestro país es el español, entonces, por lo mismo, todos los servicios en nuestro país. La diferencia es el enfoque a la educación multicultural, es decir, se promueve la cultura maya y sobre todo el tema del idioma materno, es decir, el idioma cachiquel, que es de acá de la región. Es mucho más literatura, pero también es muy poca la que existe. Hace 40 años la intención era erradicar los idiomas maternos de parte del gobierno. Ayer les explicaba a otros sus compañeros de que estábamos en la etapa donde el idioma no era importante, el idioma materno. Entonces los padres de familia no se interesaban por enseñar porque los servicios públicos de la comunidad todo era en idioma español. El centro nace a través de un concierto que impulsa el maestro Luciano Pavarotti. La idea era generar fondos para apoyar a los niños y niñas afectados por la guerra de Guatemala y Kosovo. Uno de los objetivos del trabajo acá en el centro, desde la dirección, maestros y maestras y el personal técnico, es una relación muy estrecha, donde también estamos rompiendo paradigmas del rol realmente del maestro, es decir, que tiene que convertirse en un amigo, en un facilitador de la educación, no alguien que complique, sino que realmente les abra los espacios para que ellos puedan crecer tanto afectivamente como intelectualmente. Estamos cansados ya de mucha violencia, pero esto se genera muchas veces, a veces en las familias, y lo replica o lo reproduce la escuela. Nosotros tratamos de promover que nuestros jóvenes sean personas de paz, que promuevan la paz y que su interrelación siempre sea pues de amistad y de solidaridad. Pues bueno, entender la magnitud del trabajo que se realiza es un trabajo bastante difícil por la proyección que se tiene, que es una proyección enfocada al rescate de la identidad de los pueblos indígenas, en el fortalecimiento de su cultura, fortalecimiento de su espiritualidad. Como una institución privada con razón social, siempre vamos buscando que estos objetivos se logren, pero esto, de acuerdo al enfoque y a la filosofía de la Fundación Rigoberta Menchu Foundation, a veces no es compatible con las propuestas que tiene el gobierno.
Las berenjenas hay que apagarlas en agua caliente. Pero no es chile. No, es chiltepe, es un pequeño. Es cebolla.
Es cebolla. Green onion.
Oh, this is green onion. Oh, so this is chili.
And there was Carmen in the kitchen. I worked with her a lot. We joked around a lot. She teased me. I teased her. It was so much fun. Learned some new recipes. Worked with some lovely ladies. It was great.
Nací en San Lucas Toliman. Rigoberta también ella apoya de la universidad, pero de enseñanza media en contexto multicultural. Entonces yo aproveché para estudiar aquí. No conocía a ella personalmente, pero sí un poco el trabajo que hizo para que las mujeres tengan más oportunidad para integrarse en las diferentes instituciones.
¿Qué tipo de trabajo tenías antes?
Doméstica. En casa trabajé siempre con familias, cuidando siempre a niños. Uno es porque tuve más oportunidades para estudiar, porque trabajé allá en otras ventas, pero ganaba muy poco, no me alcanzaba, quería estudiar, no podía. Entonces, cuando vine acá, gané el sueldo mínimo y entonces tuve opción para seguir estudiando. Pero sí, me gusta y sí, ellos cuando me invitan yo voy con ellos o ellos vienen conmigo porque quieren aprender algo o quieren compartir con nosotros, también estamos con ellos, siempre estamos interactuando con ellos. El centro es para la gente es una opción muy grande, sobre todo para las comunidades.
De 25, 28 años. Sí, ahora no tengo barba, otras veces sí tengo mucha barba.
I do think that people would want to help at a bigger level. I think everyone wants to help at a bigger level. But I think we all need to start somewhere. I think if they need basic things, such as sending an email, I think we should be able to do that. And regardless of what we think we should do or what we want to do, it's based off of what they need.
So that was interesting to see on the night when a lot of people were saying how they didn't feel useful. Because I was thinking about that, how I think it's easy to think of service as a good thing, but really for the reward that it gives us.
I think that the trip really took a turn like after that reflection where I mentioned that Guatemala maybe wasn't my highest priority to be a cause and activist for, because I think the last 2 days we spent at the school were very impactful and really made a big difference. I think one of the most impactful things I did at the school was me, Valeria, and Jenna taught an English class. One of the things that we really want to try to get across to the kids was that they should be proud of their identity and who they are and their Mayan background.
The reason this school is important is not because necessarily these kids are personally experiencing discrimination every single day or being persecuted every single day in sort of an obvious way, but because so much of their culture is already disappearing because of the genocide and the Civil War. There's a life that they want to preserve and to just be part of the group that values that.
The people of Guatemala seem really nice. Every time I pass by them, they always smile and say hi back.
Walking around town, everyone seems very nice, very friendly.
What I did when I came into this trip is that I was going to share myself with them, share my culture, share what I do, share what I learned, and hopefully they would do the same thing back. And that's exactly what happened in my opinion. We talked about their plantation up in the mountains, how they grow corn, peanuts, and coffee, and how we should see the lake, the volcano, and the mountain.
I did have an experience with Abby. She was one of the choreographers for our summer dance. At recess, we kind of just sat next to each other, and I tried to speak what I could, like "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" And like she gave me a book that had her like what she wanted to do. She wanted to be an actress in LA. We really didn't speak the whole time, but in a way we did connect, and it was really special. The one thing I did gain, for sure, was personal growth.
And by going to Guatemala, working with kids and seeing how they go, just reinforced my belief that we all should have equality and that we all should have enjoyments, sorrows, great times, good times, whatever. We're all one, and we have that obligation for each other.
I wish that we all could have been a little more like doing things for them.
I know, I feel like some of the students didn't feel satisfied in terms of like the amount of work we did, but like I said, just being there and learning was good for them, and I think they were happy about that, but that people were missing the sense of self-satisfaction, and even Carmen telling us last night that she has more energy to work when there are people to take care of.
All like the kids hugging us at the end of the cultural exchange was definitely, I felt like I did something or had like an impact in their life.
I'd say now, after the last 2 days, I kind of learned and saw that, you know, just by being vocal with my friends or in a conversation about the situation in Guatemala or about the Mayan people and the Quiche and the Quechua people is a way I can be an activist.
I feel like I'm bringing a lot back. It also kind of broadens that desire of mine to really be a conscientious global citizen.
Like, the point of AB is to become more aware of the issue rather than like change it like for the week you're there.
I don't think you can take action that matters without learning about the issue.
So I think service, it is a good temporary help and it is needed, but if we don't do any action based off the service we just did, then our service becomes kind of useless.